Okay, so another video with coding questions that might come up. This one's focused purely on arrays. So we've got here an array stores ages. Array ages equals 12, 15, 11, 14. Write an algorithm to find and output the maximum age, the highest age. Who's the oldest here? Okay, so first thing I'm going to copy this array. That works perfectly fine. In Python, you don't need to write array. You just write the name of the array and in square brackets. Let's test if we can print it out. There we go. That works fine. If I wanted to print out a specific value, let's say the first item starting with index 0 and the last item will be index 3. That works fine as well. If I wanted to print out everything in the array, I can do it for x in ages, indent print x. What that will do is for every item in this ages array, it will print out the item. Very easy, very simple for in Python. We can also do it in a for loop, such as range start from 0 to 3, and then we can put out ages, comma, x 15. So we need to go one above how many it is, because it will finish just before it hits the last one. That does the same thing. Now the question says right now I'm going to find and output the maximum highest value. So let's start with max age equals, let's just put make the first item in the array the max ages, and at the end print max age. I want to comment this out. Currently you can't do that because we want to print something out. So for now I'm just going to print out nothing. It prints out 12. It says the max age, and I'm going to concatenate, and that's probably going to give me an error because we're trying to concatenate. Remember, the plus with 2, you can concatenate a string with another string, but this ain't a string, so I'm going to convert it into a string. Now it works. Max age is 12, but it isn't 12. We want to check for each item to see if it's a max age. So what we can do here, if ages x is greater than the current max age, which is 12 first, then max age will equal 2 equals when we're making it. Ages when we're assigning 2 equals is 1 equals, and if it's 2 equals, it means we're just checking. So here we need 1. So we'll do max age. So now it says max age 15. What happened here? Let's have a look. Let's use our watch window. I'm just gonna refresh it, use the watch window, and use the steps to step through the program. Okay, so actually toggling it this way might be clearer. Okay, press play. Ages equals that. Max age equals 12. We've just arbitrarily made max age 12 the first value, and then age, it checks if age in location 0 is this is location 0 greater than 12. No, it's not, it's the same, so it skips that. Age becomes 1, so now it checks if 15 is that greater than 12. It is, so max age will become 15. And then go to location 1, and it's location 2 and check if it is the max age. Nope. Then prints up max age equals 15. And we're done. Okay, so the whole purpose of this code is to cycle through each location using starting from 0 to 4. And we look at location 0. Is it greater? Nope. Location 0 is 12, so and we've put that as 12. So 12 is not greater than 12. Becomes, let's do it again. Location 0, nope, it's not greater than 12. Location 1 is greater than 12, so max becomes 15. Location 2 is 11. Is that greater than 15? Nope. Location 3, is that greater than 15? Nope. And it prints up max age 15. If we added another number here, 17, that would be the highest. And we'll do 0 to 5 this time. Play. Location 1 is the highest. Location 2 is now the highest. 3, nope. 4, nope. And the last location, it is. So 17 is the highest. It prints out 17. So that question done. Let's look at the next question. An array stores temperatures. Array temp 12, 18, 25, 19. Write a program to find an output of the minimum lowest temperature at this time. It's pretty much the reverse of this. But let's do it again. I'm going to close this watch window. Turn off the steps. Delete this. Erase the output. And array stores temperatures. Let's copy the array. In the exam, you wouldn't need to write this down. Or when I did it for the other question, you just need to write the code to get the minimum. Again, let's test if this works. Control Enter. Works. For X in range, or I could do temps. Print X. But to be fair, I prefer doing the range. I find it more convenient in my head. Range, oops, 0. Instead of writing the number, I could do len temps, close bracket, 2 open brackets, 2 close bracket, print X. Now it will just print out indexes 0, 1, 2, 3. How do we get the contents? So remember, we use temps, square bracket. Now it prints out each location. So location 0, location 1, 2, 3, 4. It hits and exits before it even prints out. That's why we want, if we do 1 extra, it would have given us a out of range error. So if, for example, just going to put this as 0, 1, 2, 3, put this as 5, and it's out of range. So that could, one day could be a question. Why do we get out of range? Because there is no 0, 1, 2, 3. There's no 4th location. Undo that. So length. Now let's do the same thing here. We're going to say min temp equals, I'm going to put it as the location 0 as the first. So min temp is right now. I'm going to print it out. Print min temp plus equals concatenate plus temp, and we're going to have the same issue where it's going to give us an error. So if we can't concatenate a string and an integer together, concatenation is all about using 2 strings together. We could use a comma, but we're not, because I want to demonstrate and re-emphasize casting, which is converting that number into a string. Now we can concatenate. So it says min temp is 22. We haven't actually done any if statements to check if it is the min temp. So let's do that now. If let's say temps location X, it starts from 0, is less than min temp colon, indent. Remember, double indent. Now we're inside the if statement. If temps x is less than min temp, then we're going to check. We've checked it. Now we're going to take that temperature and put it inside min temps. Min temp equals min temp equals 1 equals. Remember we assign 1 equals, compare with 2 equals temps x. Now it says the minimum temp is 18. Let's use our let's refresh, control F5, put it back to this window, watch window, to see what's going on in the variables, and just use the steps tool to step through the code. So 12, 18, 25, 19, min temps equals whatever's in the location 0, so that's 22. Then we're using our for loop. X is 0, location 0 is location 0, 22, less than 22? No, it's not, it's equal, so we can just move on. Location 1, is that less than 22? Yes, and you can see it steps into the if statement. It is 18 is lower than 22. Then it says min temp equals whatever's in that location, and min temp now changes to 18. And then we look at location 2, 25, is that lower? No, it's not. And then we look at location 3, is that lower than 18? No, it's not. Then we exit out the loop because we're no longer 0 to how many the 4. It stops before hitting the 4, x hitting the 4. We exit the for loop, we exit the if loop, if statement, sorry, and then we output whatever is in the current min temp, and we've concatenated it and casted it into a string. So we've got min temp equals 18. That's question 2 done. Forgot to mention, remember to pause the video, try doing the code yourself, and then coding it yourself. So especially after I've demonstrated 1, you can try yourself number 2. Now let's look at question 3. Let's clear this out of the way, clear this, turn off the steps, clear the output. Now I'm gonna read it, then you try. An array scores equals 10, 20, 30. Write an algorithm to calculate and output the sum. So add them all together. Okay, pause it. Can you do it? And here I go. I'm going to demonstrate. So scores equals, remember you don't need to write this bit in your exam because that's already written. You just need to write the total to work out the total. So let's do this. So very simple. Let's print it out. Let's see if there's any issues. Prints out all the scores. Good. Now, how do we add up all the totals? So we know straight away 1 mark will be to initialize our total. Whenever there's a total, we should initialize it. And again, I'm going to put for I in range 0 to len scores, double close bracket. Remember, this is where a lot of students lose marks. They forget to close the bracket. And for this purposes, let's print out what's inside each location of I. What have we missed? We've missed the brackets, haven't we? And we can see that it's working. Now, it says the sum. So we need to add each item. Total equals total plus whatever's in that location. So we've got scores I and output the sum total at the end. So let's print total equals, again we need to concatenate, and I'm gonna cast it into a string. So total equals total here, and double close bracket. Total, you can see 10 plus 20, 30, 30, 60. Okay, let's see what happened here. Watch window. Let's refresh, control F5, toggle it back to stacked mode, step mode, watch window, press play. Let's step through this. Scores, yep. Total equals 0 at the moment. It goes to location 0. adds that to the total. Goes to location 1, 20, adds it. We're adding it every time. Location 2, adds it. Now total 60 and outputs it. Done. Very easy. Okay, so let's look at question 4 now. Question 4. Clear this, turn off steps. An array stores data 2, 4, 6, 8. Write an algorithm to calculate the average. Very simple. It's pretty much the same thing we've done before, but let's do this. First, have a go. Can you work out the average? How would that work? Let's copy this data and let's do a loop. And so to work out the average, we need to work out the total. So we should initialize a variable total equals 0. It's very similar to what we've done before. Or let's use x this time in range 0 to len data, double close bracket. Let's print it out. Data square bracket x 248. So we know the variables are outputting correctly. Now we need to add each one to the total. So we just do total equals total plus what's in that location. So we do data location x. Let's print out the total at the end. So we got 2 plus 4 equals 6, plus 6 equals 12, plus 8 equals 20. That's correct now, but it's asks us for the average. How do we work out the average? So string average equals concatenate. We're going to do the total divided by the number of items. So there's 4 items, but we can do len data. Then gives us in an array how many items are in there, but we're going to get an error for concatenate in a number and a string. So we're going to cast all of that, open bracket, close bracket. Average is 5. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Okay, so remember this time we had 3 open brackets, we've got 3 closed brackets, and we could have done it slightly different as well. We could have, instead of doing it all in one line, we could do average equals total divided by len data, and then we could have done print average equals concatenate cast average. And we've missed something here again. Open bracket, but we've only got 1 close bracket, 2 close bracket. Same exact answer, but we just split it into 2 parts, and that will give you full marks. Okay, remember, only thing that we've done additional that you don't need to do was to add that, but for testing purposes we needed that for live coding. Okay, last question. An array stores marks. Array marks equals 45, etc. Write an algorithm to count and output how many marks are greater than 50. Okay, can you do that? I'm gonna ask you guys to pause it, try to answer how many marks are greater than 50. Yep. And I'm gonna have a go now. Delete. All right, marks. Here we go. We're counting. I even put count in a bold, so we know we need to count. The count equals 0. Currently, we initialize the variable, we store the value in it, and we need to do a loop, for loop. Why? Because we know the specific number of items we're going to check. If it was we had no idea, we could have done a while loop if the array was hidden, but it's not, so we know. So I'm going to use I this time in range, again 0 to len marks, 2 brackets and a colon, and then what we want to do is look at each location. So we look at marks location 0. We don't write 0 because we're using the I here. If it's greater than 50, mark count equals count plus 1. And then we outside the loop, we can just print count. Let's run this with a watch window. Clear it. Stack. Watch window. Steps. Okay. Here's our array. Count equals 0. Range equals 0 to landmark. So I equals 0 first. Location 0. Is it greater than? Is 45 greater than 50? Remember the way the crocodile symbol should be used. It should be the greater side, the larger side on the left. If you want to check if the left side is greater than the right side. Is it greater than 50? No, 45 is not greater than 50, so it won't go in. Now we look at location 1. Is 60 greater than 50? Yes. Then it will do, you can see it goes into the if statement and that adds 1 to the count. And then we've got if marks I, location 2, 52. Is that greater than 50? Yes. Then the count increases by 1. Location 3. Is 30 greater than 50? Nope. Notice it won't go into the if statement. Go straight to location 4, which is 80. Is that greater than 50? Notice it goes into the if statement now. It is true. Count add 1. And then it prints out count. Yeah, it's 3. Yeah. So that covers how many marks are greater than 50. How would we output it into a proper statement? Plus is got higher than 50. Again, we need to cast it into a string. Oops, we've still got steps on. 3 got higher than 50. So we've got space here to make it a little bit cleaner. 3 got higher than 50. And we're done. So that was arrays. And have a goal first, each question. More videos coming up.